Welcome back. Well, by now we've crossed the border from Bolivia into Argentina and ended up at the border town of La Cueca. And from here it's over 5,000 k to Ushuaia. That was a bit further than we thought. So after a night in the Refugio del Sol, quite interesting. Where can we park the bike? Oh, just drive it in through here, sir. Oh, brilliant. Marble floor. So today we were heading south from mile marker 0 on Ruta 40, heading for Humahuaca. Now we tend to use booking.com or Trivago or such like to find our accommodation. And while you see some fantastic pictures of fabulous bedrooms and comfortable lounges, what they never tell you is that their little hotel, their little boutique hotel, is tucked away at the back of the village, up gravel and dirt roads flooded out by the rains. Sometimes it's a challenge to find these places. And fortunately, most of the time it worked out quite well.
Today's lovely Hosteria, Filipa Pastor Hosteria. It's really very smart. Probably the nicest hosteria we've seen.
We were on a bit of a mission in Humahuaca. About 2 hours outside Humahuaca is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Quebrada de Humahuaca. And in this valley lies the Hornocal Mountains with its 14 pretty colours. So off we went, soldiering up this gravel road, skittering and sliding more than soldiering, right enough. But we got a lovely view when we got to the top. It was a couple of dollars to get into the national park, but it was well worth it.
We're at 4,350 metres. And look at that view. Now, we passed this morning on the road, but this is much more impressive up here.
This mountain range in the Quebrada de Humahuaca was declared a World Heritage Site way back in 2003, mostly for its colourful mountains, but it's also the ancient Inca caravan road which runs through the region. At the top we met a couple of youngsters, Daniel and Nancy, recently retired history teachers, so that was great. They gave us an introduction to the local history. Paid homage to 2 wheels, 3 sheets. Then, what goes up must come down. Back in Humahuaca, it was time to trade 2 wheels for 2 feet and have a walk around the town.
See, there's stairs. You must go them here.
Yeah. Next morning we met up with our history teachers, Nancy and Daniel, and they gave us a tour of the Heroes Monument and the Torre de Santa Barbara from 1600. I might be wrong, but I think the Heroes Monument was dedicated to the local indigenous peoples who got together to have a go at the Spanish. Good for them. But we had many thousand kilometres to cover, so it was back on the road, dodging the wildlife. And we should have taken Daniel's advice not to bother going into Tilcara. It was a lovely little town, but geez, it was like Potosi. Another labyrinth. One-way streets marked the wrong way on the Zumo. So we got lost for a bit, but we had a look around. Finally the open road, and we continued on south for the big city of Salta. And one thing we could really say about Argentina is the scenery really is just amazing. And you might have noticed hardly a car on the road. Llamas and donkeys and horses, but not a car. We stopped for an empanada and a Coke in San Salvador de Jujuy. That was a nice town, but nowhere to park. And after San Salvador, we found ourselves in Salta. We met up with Nancy and Daniel again and got a tour of the historical sites of Salta. And it was here Daniel said, "You guys should go up the road to Cachi. Take a day trip, there and back. It's fabulous." Should have realised what the catch was that it was gravel off-road all the way. And so next morning we saddled up, headed down through the city, over the mountains, onto Cachi. Quite a ride. Lovely roads, and apart from the odd pothole that you could hide a small dog in, they were absolutely perfect. And look how clear that sky is, just absolutely stunning. And again, just hardly any traffic at all. Got the place to ourselves. Coming round some of the corners, you could see the road snaking up into the mountain, and of course turns to gravel right when you get to the twisty bits. And once we'd scrabbled our way up the gravel hairpins, it was flat out on the tar all the way to Cachi.
It's not quite Starbucks, but it will certainly do us for our morning coffee. It's a lovely stop. And there's a cool breeze. Baking sun, but cool breeze. Cuesta del Obispo. I think that means the balcony of the condors. Anyway, it's all about the condors up there in the sky, riding the thermals. Can't actually see one just now, but what a beautiful valley.
And finally into Cachi, home to some 5,000 souls. Its architecture is old colonial Spanish, some of it dating back to the 1600s. Very pretty little tourist town. It's also home to the world's highest vineyard. Who'd have thought? What we do, we find a hotel which has got no bikers, then we walk round the town, and every other hotel has got a whole squad of bikes outside. And so Cachi ticked, we headed on back down the way we came, listening to some pirated Chilean music. And so as the Chilean band plays us out, thanks for watching. Next video we are heading on south towards Mendoza, continuing on Ruta 40.